Hello and welcome to one of my most requested videos. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the best product title structure you can use for your product feeds in order to maximize the ROI within your Google Shopping campaigns. Now, in this video, I'm going to go over the importance of product titles, the best practices, their client example, a live client example, some top tips, and some further examples of how you can structure it in different industries. And finally, I'm going to wrap it up with showing you how you can actually put this into action. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about why is a title structure even important? Why do I need to think about this? Well, to answer your question, or answer my question I'm asking, the reason is that 80% of the search terms that your shopping ads match are of direct result of what you actually include in your product titles. So 80% of the reason your ad is showing up is all to do with your product title. Okay, so it is integral, it is crucial to the success of your Google Shopping campaign. So if you're not thinking about improving your product title structure, understanding what your users are actually searching for, then you are leaving ROAS at the door. You are leaving your ROI, your efficiency at the door. So some benefits to product title structure and improving it is a well-optimized title can actually reduce your CPCs. And the reason it reduces your CPCs is because you give Google more keywords to test. So it can go out and find cheaper search terms that you might not have originally used if you just had the product title that was pulled directly from Shopify. So for example here, with a standard sort of content API pull you will get from your Shopify using the Google app, you will most likely just get the product title and then maybe one variance, maybe two variants. So it might pull the size and it might pull the color. Okay, but there's a lot more we can actually add to our product titles to help improve our targeting and to help lower our CPCs and to help us go after more cost-effective, better converting search terms that you would not have had in the first place. So the first best practice I recommend you to do is to front load the most important details from left to right, as Google will prioritize from the first keyword you use and then to the end. So from left to right, you want to have the most important keywords there. So that really depends on how your user is searching. I'm going to show you exactly how you can find out how your user is searching, but this means we can chop around this. So not every client is going to be the same as this. Brand might not be at the front. Your brand might not be strong enough to even need it. Someone might not be even using your brand. So we might actually restructure it like that. So it could be product plus product type plus brand plus material plus size. Okay, that's just an example. This is why you need to do some research, which I'm going to show you exactly how to do. So that's what we want to do. We want to front load the most important details from left to right. Let's just change that back. Then we want to include key attributes. So key attributes are things that differentiate your product from your competitors or even from your own products. This can be things like your brand, your category, your style, your color, your material, your gender, your size, your weight. So there's lots of different key attributes that we can include. Typically with these key attributes, they're added towards the end because we want to prioritize the most important keywords at the start and deprioritize them as they go further down. So one thing you're going to see is that you will only show up for 70 keywords, around 70 keywords, not 70 keywords, 70 characters on your Google Shopping listing, but we have up to 150 to use. So that's why we want to prioritize the most important at the start. And then as I just covered there, we want to maximize the 150 characters we have available. But this isn't to say to use as many as we can, just fill up 150 for the sake of it. We only want to fill them up if they're really relevant. Because if we put irrelevant keywords into our product titles, we are just going to be showing up for more irrelevant searches and providing more necessity to add negative keywords, which is what we don't want to do. So by only adding the most relevant keywords, key attributes, supporting words, we can reduce the necessity to do that. Let's go into a client example. So we have a client here. This is the product, okay? This is one of their best performing products, but it's still not even a well-structured title, okay? So we have the title here, and this is it's artist merchandise for the rapper Juice WRLD. But one thing I saw when I first saw this title is like, we have rapper here, then we have Juice WRLD hoodies rather than hoodie. We have hip hop streetwear. Then we have the variables of black, medium. So originally when I saw this, because of my experience, I thought, okay, that's probably not actually that relevant to the user's search. So the first thing I did when I saw this title is I actually wanted to go into the Google Ads account to see what my users were searching for. And this is a really good recommendation as to what you should do in order to best match your user's search. So we have this tab here. So I'm in the Insights tab of this client's account, and I've just gone to not even selected a campaign here. You can select a specific campaign, but you just want to go to Insights and you want to scroll down to Search Insights, Search Term Insights. Okay, and I'm going to do this to the last 28 days, and we can see the first one, if we filter by conversions from top to bottom, the first one we have in terms of demand is Juice WRLD hoodies. But what I'm seeing here, and what confirmed my hypothesis, is that the user is searching for Juice WRLD hoodie, Juice WRLD hoodies, Juice WRLD sweatshirts, Juice WRLD sweatshirts, official Juice WRLD hoodie, Juice WRLD hoodies. Okay, so that's confirmed something to me. That's confirmed that the word rapper is not important, especially at the start. The word hip hop is not important, and the word streetwear is probably going to be more important than those two for sure. But still less important. So what I did, based on some further research and when I looked into the description, I'm trying to pull out some other key attributes we can include to this title. So the first one I saw is this is made from 100% cotton, premium fabric. And the other one I saw was this was a relaxed fit. Okay, so these were some other key attributes which we could probably pull into the title. So when we started with this client's title, we first had rapper, Juice WRLD hoodies, hip hop streetwear, black M. Okay, we said M, I'd rather have medium in there, if I'm honest. And this is what we're going to end with. So we're going to start from left to right, from the most important keywords to the least important, because we need to prioritize that. So we're starting with Juice WRLD hoodie, relaxed fit, artist merchandise, black, medium, 100% cotton. Okay, and that's how we've gone from this, which is less relevant, we're not going to be showing up for as many searches as we actually want to something that's a lot more well structured and gives Google more chance to go after some more cost-effective, cheaper CPC, higher converting search terms. And that's how we get efficiency within Google Shopping ads. So now let's run over some top tips. So the first one, or what I want you to do, is actually ask yourself, what do you think is important to this user when searching? And that's exactly what I did with this client. So I was just even in there, even on their website. So this is pulled from the website, and I was looking in the description. That's why I went to the description, because I wanted to figure out what are some other key attributes that would be important to people. And that's where I identified like the relaxed fit and the fabric there. And we also identified that these are not relevant to include in the title, so we took them out. Okay, so that's the first thing I did there. The second thing you can do is to actually just Google search your product. See what your competitors are doing and the type of structure they are putting behind their product titles. So we have an example here from protein powder. So we worked with quite a lot of protein powder companies and also supplements companies, so vitamins. And the product title is always very different from competitors. But what I'm doing here is I'm basically trying to get an essence of what the competition are using in terms of their structure. So what we're seeing here is they have pure whey protein, 1 kilogram. We're doing brackets, 33 shakes, unflavored. So we have the main keyword of what it actually is, pure whey protein. We have the size. We're also including the amount of shakes, and then we're adding the flavor here. Again, vegan protein, size, flavor, and then some other supporting keywords like premium plant-based protein. I assume that's going to be called there. So that's just given me an idea of what is important to the user in terms of the key attributes, but also what my competitors are doing, because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We can get inspiration for what the current competition is already doing. So that's what you want to do there. And then the final one is what I already showed you, is to just review your historical data. If you have access to historical data, then you should do it. Go into your Insights tab here, go to your search term insights and just review the keywords that are converting. I love PMax for this reason, because it gives you search time insights that are just really valuable. And you can already go through and just have a little look at what people are actually typing for to convert. Okay, it's a cheat code, it's really good, and you can just copy and paste this. It's that simple. Okay, some top tips. Now let's go on to some examples. I've already gone over a current live client's example, but I'm going to go over some different industries because it really massively varies. I mean, if you were to ask me what the best structure is to use, I can't tell you. I can't give you an honest answer without going through and doing the research myself. Okay, there's not one size fits all with this. It's based on what's important to your user and what the sort of competition doing and the research and your historical data. There's multiple different factors you need to consider before I could even give you a solid answer to that. So let's talk about fashion and apparel. Let's go through a structure. So we have brands, then we have gender/target audience, then we have product type, then we have key attributes. So an example of this actually is this one here. This one's really good because what you would have found is that this is the main one. So we have Levi's, the brand, then we have women's 721 skinny jeans, then we have an attribute or an added keyword of high waist, then we have another one of stretched denim, and then we have another one of blue, size 12. Okay, this is a really well optimized title because originally what would have happened from your content API pull from your Google Shopping app, most likely we would have had just this. So Levi's women's 721 skinny jeans. And then we would maybe have had blue and then size 12. In fact, it probably wouldn't even given us a size. It would have just said blue 12 because that's the sort of stuff it throws up from the content API pull, which is not that great. So the fact we've actually improved this title to include the title from Shopify, then we've added some key attributes of this being a high-waisted jeans, then we've added stretched denim, then we've added blue, and then we've added size 12. Okay, so we've massively improved the title from what it would have been just directly from the content API pull. So an example of a structure we have here is brand plus product type plus weight/volume plus key attributes. Okay, so key attributes being flavor, ingredients, format. So as we've already gone over an example there, I'll just run over just a different one. So we have my protein, then we have creatine monohydrate, we have 500 grams size, then we have unflavored powder. And that's all we need to do. We can keep it concentrated to the most relevant keywords. Like I said, I encourage you to use up to 150 characters, but it doesn't mean to chop in and throw in anything random just to fill that up. Make sure it's relevant. Then we have jewelry and accessories. So a structure we have here is brand plus product type plus material, style, size. So one we have here is Ray-Ban Wayfarer sunglasses, black frame, polarized lenses. Okay. Simple as that. And then how do we actually put this into action? So if you're watching this video here, I can imagine you've not used feed optimization software. You've not used a supplemental feed like these two recommendations here. So your quick win you can do right now is to just improve the current Shopify title you're using, because most likely that is exactly what your title is in your Shopify store. So if you wanted to improve the targeting on your Google Shopping ads, what you can do right now is just go to Shopify and improve that title right away. Okay, as long as it doesn't affect your SEO or anything like that, you've got to make that decision. But that's a really quick win you can do immediately to get going with that. Then my next recommendations of how to put this into action is one of my favorites is to use a supplemental feed. So in short summary, a supplemental feed is something like this. It is just a Google sheet that you can attach into your Google Merchant Center that can then be pulled into your products. And what we have is greater flexibility to adding exactly what we want for our titles, to add exactly what we want for our product types, our descriptions. It gives you an easier life to optimize your product feed because you can just do it directly in a Google Sheet. So when you start getting onto feed optimization software, like I'm going to go on to next with something like Shoptimize or something like Data Feed Watch, that's when life gets a bit complicated because they're not actually that easy to use. They are quite complicated because they're all rule-based. So you can't easily go in and chop and change your title if you didn't want it to be something else. You need to make a rule for it to be changed. So it makes it a little bit difficult. Okay, so feed optimization software is not easy to use. I want to preface that. Once you get a head around it and once you have the experience, it's fine. But when I can guarantee you, when you go on to use it for the first time, you're going to be blown away by like the complexity of it. But bear with it because it gets better. I promise you that. But I recommend you, if you're under 40 products or 40 item IDs, I recommend just use a supplemental feed. I still, to this day, prefer a supplemental feed to using feed optimization software. But if we're getting over 40 IDs, 40 product IDs with size variants, with weight variants, with color variants, then use feed optimization software because you just simply won't be able to have the time to do a certain amount of SKUs. So we work with clients who, well, the client I just showed you with this product has 44,000 SKUs or item IDs, within each country they're targeting. So overall, this account has 150,000 SKUs, and there's no chance I would have been doing that or optimizing that with a supplemental feed. It's just not possible. Okay, so that's my recommendations there. As for feed optimization software, I've used these two, Shopify. I've used Data Feed Watch. They're all relatively similar. I'm not going to here to recommend one or the other. I'm not affiliated with them either. So I just recommend you to do your research and pick one that's best for you. Okay. Overall, guys, that's it for me for this video. If you are an e-commerce brand and you would just rather us just do it for you, then please go to the link in the description. You can go to our website here, look at some of our case studies, some of our case study videos here, and then book in a call with me or one of the members of the team, and we can go over how we can take you from where you are now with your Google Ads performance to where you want to be. Okay, that's it from me, guys. I will see you in the next video.